You have to, if you're going to live a spiritual life, it means you have to have some discipline. You have to have some discipline. Just like you have discipline in other realms of your life. So discipline yourself to check your morality pretty much every 2 hours or so. And I think there are people in this room, Phil and other of the Kipan Sangha here, can teach you how to do a practice, very important practice that we follow in our lineage here, in our little lineage, called keeping the book. 6 times a day book, where 6 times a day you're checking your morality. It's a very good practice. And so then, during the course of the day, as the day goes on, make sure, because you have a book, you can also like write it down in your book. Make sure that you do at least one kind, compassionate thing for someone else every day. Every day, do something kind, compassionate, altruistic for someone else. The best way to do this is anonymously. That's the most kind of, why is that the most compassionate kind of thing that you can do? Anonymous acts of compassion. Because you take the self-interest out of it. You take the possibility for self-interest. You know, most of us, to the extent that we do practice any kind of compassion and altruism, we're waiting around for people to thank us. We're waiting around for people to notice, for people to say, oh yeah, you're such a nice person. Thank you very much for doing that nice thing for me. So, you know, you take that possibility of self-interest out of it by being anonymous. I remember there was a tradition where I grew up. I don't know if there's a tradition out here. It seems to be lost now. It seems to be a dead tradition. But on May Day, I remember when I was growing up, May Day, there was a tradition of like bringing a basket of fruit or something like that. Yeah, ringing the doorbell and then running away. See, just an anonymous thing like that. Do they still do that anymore? I don't think so, right? Do you remember people doing that? You remember that? You never did that? So some people do. Some people remember. There are some people who used to do this. There's a wonderful tradition, right? Wonderful, nice tradition. And so do something like that on a daily basis, like stuff $10 into somebody else's purse that you don't need some money, and run away. Don't sit there going, here. I heard, you know, I think some of you know this example. There was a story a while ago about a guy in Berkeley, California, who was going around plugging other people's parking meters so that they wouldn't get tickets. And anonymous. He wasn't sitting around at the parking meter waiting for them to come back. So, you know, so they could thank them. They made a law against it. Yeah, they made it illegal for somebody to plug somebody else's parking meter. So, you know, I always tell my students, like, you know, act of civil disobedience. You know, tell them, like, come and catch me, copper. What are you going to do? You throw me in the clink? How much is the fine? It's worth it. Yeah, watch it. Yeah. Like, maybe do it right in front of the police. No. That'd be a really act of, like, you know, great bravery and passion. Plug somebody else's parking meter for them. You know, when you see that it's run out, and you know, maybe the meter maid's coming along, you know, plug it for them. Yes. And just do some acts like that. What's that bumper sticker? Random acts of kindness and simplistic acts of beauty, or what? Senseless. Senseless acts of beauty. Yeah. Random acts of kindness. Just random, at least one a day. Okay? Sorry? Pay It Forward. That's a beautiful movie. Yeah, nice movie. Pay It Forward. And this is something that, you know, maybe you think you already do something like that at least one time a day. But as a practice, you're keeping track of it. You see? If it's not a practice, if you're not keeping track of it, if it's not part of like your regimen, then it's just haphazard. Then it's like, well, maybe I'll get to it, maybe I won't. You see? So you make it a practice. And actually, this is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. One of the most important things that you can do for yourself on a daily basis is to do something for someone else. Alright? So every day you're doing at least one thing designed to make you happier. Right? So, you know, think about it that way. See, most of us think about, when we think about like helping other people, we think, oh yeah, I should, but it's a pain in my ass to have to help. Right? That's most of our attitude. And you have to think about helping others completely differently. Helping others is the cause of your happiness. It is the cause of your happiness. So you can be like thankful that there are people out there that need help. Oh, good, you know, there's somebody who needs some money and I have a little extra. Oh, excellent. I can help them, which is the best thing I can do for myself. Okay? So this is what we call enlightened self-interest. Enlightened self. Everyone's interested in being happy. Everyone's interested in pursuing their self-interest. But be enlightened about it. What's really in your self-interest? Everyone want to be happy, but what's the real cause of happiness? The real cause of happiness is making sure other people are happy. See? Trying to help make other people happy. That's a real cause of happiness. And I think also, we get little glimmers of this. Like I said, when I go to see my dad, it's no big thing, okay? 3 times a year maybe, 4 times a year, for like 2 days. I go to Minneapolis, I spend time with him, I sleep at the assisted care living. I sleep in his apartment, stuff like that. For 48 hours, 4 times a year. And it makes him so happy. He's so happy. It's like 2 days of my life, every couple of months, makes him so happy. It's so easy to do these kinds of things. And it makes me feel good to make him happy like that. It wasn't a big sacrifice, it's not a big sacrifice for me, and it makes him so happy like that. And we get these like little examples like this in our own lives. Like you give somebody just the right gift, and you see the look in their eye when they open the present, and they say, this is exactly what I wanted. Like, how does that make you feel? You see, that's real happiness. How you feel when you really make someone else happy is real happiness. And the rest is just fake. The happiness that you feel when somebody gives you a present is a kind of a fake happiness. It's tinny, it's superficial, it won't last. That's the kind of happiness that makes your heart glow. The kind of happiness that comes from seeing how through your actions, somebody else's life has improved a little bit. See, that's the real happiness.